Hi, everybody. Well, what shall we say? Same shot, different day. So let's make it a mixed bag of stuff today. Let's kick it off with some good news. Remember a video I made a couple of weeks ago in which I spoke about the growing homeless figure in Cornwall? Remember me saying I wish William, as the new Duke of Cornwall, would do something about it, not run one money collecting scheme or event after another, but instead use money from his own annual pay, which is in the region of £24 million, and or lead a project himself. Help with the planning, be on site at least once or twice a week or once every second week. Remember how I said it would do so much to improve the royal family's image, far more than any PR fluff could ever do. Remember that video? Well, according to a trusted source, guess what William is busy planning and working on? Yes, a plan to decrease and solve the homelessness issue in Cornwall. Allegedly, the details of the project will be announced soon. I cannot tell you how thrilled I am. You know, it's okay to preserve places like Dumfries House and the Castle of May for future generations, but those are in fact vanity projects and nice to haves. And it makes a bit of money through tourism for whatever purpose, but it does not solve any problems, not on a larger scale. And I've been hoping that William will step up and be the doer, okay? The more practical royal and the one to show true understanding, to be a male princess and perhaps with a measure of the Queen and Prince Philip, just to round it all off. And if my information is true, which I think it is because I heard some stories from elsewhere last week already, well, then I am elated, excited, and can't wait to see or hear more details about William's project. Here in South Africa, we have these low-cost permanent housing or dwellings sponsored by the government, and maybe William can get some ideas from here. But then again, I'm sure William has ideas of his own. Another reason why I believe what I was told is that William has also been out opening a facility run by one of his favorite charities, namely Centrepoint. The facility is called Reuben House, a development which consists of 33 new flats, which will allow young adults between 18 and 24 to live in affordable housing with rent capped at a third of whatever their take-home pay is. Each must either have a job or be in a full-time apprenticeship. William is currently the patron of two charities dealing with homelessness, namely Centrepoint and The Passage. So if William, as the Duke of Cornwall, can do the same in Cornwall, he will have my continued love and respect. Not that I think William really cares what I think, but you know what I mean. It would be a huge change and a much needed one to see some of the royals actually being down on ground level and physically and financially make a difference, and with more than just their presence and more than just being figureheads or the faces to a charity or the faces to a product, but actually doing something. They need to be seen rolling up their sleeves. I mean, figuratively, and doing something. I think William and Catherine and Sophie, like Princess Anne, are the very people to do this. Sophie's work ethic is beyond reproach. I have liked her for a very long time, but she is impressing me more and more on almost a daily basis. And that brings me to another topic. You know, we often say that children should not be blamed for the sins of their fathers. Mostly, we are talking about the offspring of criminals, including murderers, etc. We have sympathy for the children of these horrific people. But when it comes to the royal family, people appear to forget their good intentions and empathy. I have spoken about this before, long before the Queen even passed away. The royal family is actually in a crisis right now, and that is regardless of Harry and Meghan. King Charles currently still has William and Catherine, Princess Anne and Sir Timothy, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, and the Duke of Kent to assist him in royal duties. But Princess Anne is 72, Sir Timothy 68, Prince Richard, the Duke of Gloucester, 78, and the Duke of Kent is 87. The youngest of the current working royals, William and Catherine excluded, are Prince Edward and Sophie, Edward being 59 and Sophie 58. Under the circumstances, it is safe to say that before George turns 21, 11 years from now, at least one or two of the current working royals will no longer be with us. Sad but true. When William becomes king, it will also mean that his father had passed on. As things thus stand at the moment, if the king passes within the next 10 to 11 years, William will not have the number of royals he will need in his court to support him. Think of it this way. As things are today, there are still patronages previously belonging to Harry, Meghan, Andrew, and Prince Philip, which has not been handed out to other current working royals yet. Now add to that burden Princess Anne's over 300 patronages, the 140 organizations and charities the Duke of Kent is involved with and presiding over, and the 150 of the Duke of Gloucester. So, what will William do? He will have two choices. Either change the way in which the royal family operate, or he will have to look further down the totem pole for help, and further down the totem pole, and his first choices would be Zara, Peter, Beatrice, and Eugenie. If it was up to me, which it isn't, I would have looked towards Peter and Beatrice. And the reason I make that choice is actually simple. I think Zara and Mark Tyndall are happy with their lives as is. And Eugenie, unfortunately, I would not trust 100%. She is just too much of a rebel. What William could also do is to rope in Alexander Windsor, Earl of Ulster and son of Prince Richard, Duke of Gloucester, as he will obviously inherit his father's ducal title, or maybe even the next Duke of Kent, namely George Windsor, the Earl of St. Andrews and son of Duke of Kent. But the Earl is already 60. Would he want to change and have this upheaval in 5 or 10 or 11 years? I don't think so. And does William have a relationship with Alexander and George? Not what I have heard or seen. In my opinion, Beatrice and Edo would be ideal. Both of them are already familiar with protocol and the inner workings of the royals and the European elite. And what Beatrice's father and mother got up to in the past has absolutely nothing to do with her. One only needs to look at them attending the wedding in Jordan to realize what an asset they could potentially be for the royal family. And by the way, they did not attend as representatives of the royal family, but as friends of the bride and groom. But they could just as well have represented the royal family, as they did not put a foot wrong and looked absolutely splendid. Okay, guys, so that was my positive contribution for the day. When I come back, we'll talk Harry and Meghan again. I heard some stuff and I'm just waiting for someone to come back to me on something before I spill this stuff. So hang on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen, because of the 7 to 10 hour difference between myself and certain American states. It may take a day and a half before I get what I asked for. And yes, I know about Harry's presence at the Warrior Games, and I have some juicy information on that as well. So until then, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.